everyone, it's Claire Jarvis at Restore Fitness Therapies, and in this video I want to talk to you about proprioception because it's a concept we use quite a lot in Pilates, but I'm aware that not everybody's come across it in this context or really knows quite what we mean by it. So proprioception is really about knowing where your body is in space and knowing how it moves as well. So it's actually really important in day-to-day life for pretty much everything that we do. If you think about just trying to sit down on a chair, for example, we have to sort of judge that distance between reaching for the chair, pulling at the right distance, sitting down without necessarily looking at the chair and making sure that we land in the right place, and then maybe pulling ourselves into the table without actually hitting the table. Or something like making a cup of tea as well. We have to be able to accurately fill the kettle with water from the tap, and then as we pour the boiling water into the cup, make sure we don't misjudge that and end up burning ourselves. Go to the fridge, open it up. So you can see that really proprioception is all about being able to move your body around, being able to judge distance, judge space, and know sort of where we are physically in relation to people, objects, basically the world around us. So it's a really functional concept, and Pilates is absolutely fantastic at helping us to develop those skills. So in Pilates you'll find a lot of what we do is about precision, it's about moving under control, it's about movements being smooth, which enables us to do things without jerking and knocking things over and things like that. And there's a real focus on coordination as well. You'll already probably realise a lot of our movements, even our very basic ones, require us to move opposite limbs at the same time, or to have the leg making one movement while the arm is doing something quite different. And a lot of people are often really surprised when they start Pilates that they find some exercises which look really simple actually really difficult, and it's because of the level of coordination that's required and the level of precision and the level of control. And we do a lot of stuff on autopilot, a lot of tasks like I mentioned about sitting down at tables, making cups of tea, even driving, which is quite complex for the body, but we end up doing it on autopilot because we've developed that muscle memory. So when we come to something like Pilates, where all the movements are new to us and quite alien, it can really challenge our coordination, our precision, our control, and challenge our proprioception. It can feel quite confusing at first, which is absolutely normal. But what you tend to find is that as you sort of make your way through your Pilates journey, these movements, which at the first felt really strange and uncoordinated, you actually start to be able to do quite effortlessly because you're really rewiring your brain and you're really developing your proprioception. So again, Pilates is particularly good for this because a lot of our exercises will require us to be moving our limbs where we can't actually look at them at the same time. So we have to mentally be able to judge the height of an arm or the height of a leg or how bent or how straight something is. And it's something that we become very accustomed to in Pilates actually pretty quickly. So it's amazing how the body can learn to have greater control, greater coordination, and it's actually really possible for us to enhance our proprioception. So we've already mentioned, functionally day to day, proprioception is really important. It is something that tends to go into decline as we get older, just because our cognitive function can sometimes start to wear down a little bit, but that doesn't have to be a given. So you may be someone who's maybe in a slightly older age bracket who feels that already they're maybe starting to struggle with their proprioception and coordination, in which case I'd highly recommend joining us for our beginners Pilates course and working away at that. But it's also something to just work on from a younger age as well. Why let ourselves get to the point where we're struggling with day-to-day things? Let's build up our proprioception now so that we don't have to worry about these things in the future. So I hope that's kind of explained a little bit about what proprioception is, kind of how it relates to day-to-day life, and actually how Pilates is a fantastic vehicle for helping us to develop that proprioception.